Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Blood Bowl Chaos Edition. I am the Illusionist, and you're joining me for the second half of the league match against the Pahuax Predators. Lizardmen versus the Ironbeards, the Dwarves. So far, it's been a pretty good match. We've gotten a couple of injuries down in the Lizardman booth. Skink and the star player Slibley, who was put down in the dirt in the second roll of the match. We've got a KO'd Saurus who's refused to stand up for the last two drives, and we're winning the match 1 touchdown to none. We are however kicking, and my opponent still has 5 strength 4 players and a strength 5 Croxigor on the pitch. So I am preparing to weather a bit of a beating. On my own side, the death roller went off in turn 7 after I scored the touchdown, and I have a badly injured blitzer. Don't worry about Snorri, he's absolutely fine and we're back in time for the next match. Lizards are preparing to run down the sides by the looks of it. No, I don't know why I'm saying that, because he hasn't set up yet. I've spread out quite thin. He's going to blitz one of these guys over. There's nothing much I can really do about that. However, he can only blitz one guy over. I've got the 2 guys in the back to come and support where they're going to be needed. He's not going to be getting through the line in the first turn, even with the skinks with any luck. So they're way back over there still. But that's his plan, because I am kicking. He's going to try and pick it up with a skink, hand off to another skink, blitz through with the Saurus, and then he's got a free run down either side. The Lizardman running game can be a scary thing when they get rolling. I've gone nice and thin on the touchline. As we had in the last drive, I stacked 6 players up on the line and 4 of them were knocked down. A couple of which were stunned. So what I want is to try and minimise my losses, while also minimising the amount of damage my opponent can do. Get the kickbox going. Perfect defence. So he gets to rearrange. I get to rearrange, in fact. So what I can do is move all my guys to one side and get away from the Croxigor. So now he's going to have to move his players around this way to try and take down my wall. Otherwise his Saurus is outnumbered and his Croxigor is pinned. Or, as it stands, just useless. I mean, he can run down the middle, but he's agility 1, so he's not going to be able to catch the ball if it's thrown at him. A great kick from my kicker, about as far away as it can possibly go without going off the pitch. And as I thought, he blitzes into the middle of the pitch, which is fine. He can do the knockdown, but now he's going to be surrounded by the rest of my team, and this guy's going to get straight back up. Saurus gets 2 dice on the blocker, but that's my stand firm player, so he don't care. Okay, so 2 out of 3 successful attacks. Nobody hurt. Yeah, that works for me. That's exactly how I wanted it to go. So now I can stand straight back up, put tackle zones on people, and start sending my troll slayers and my blockers on the side hunting skinks. Skink gets the pick up. Failed it a couple of times in the last half. It's pretty good for him. Is he going to try a short pass to... Probably not to the mercenary, that'd be a waste of time. But he puts a screen there. A good habit to get into. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't get up here anyway. However, I have my guard players down here, so I have the advantage on the Saurus. They're both strength 4. As long as I'm not getting an assist off the Croxigor, which I can arrange quite easily. Now I fill the space in with tackle zones. I don't want to give him the block, but he still has to blitz through my line. And he can only do that once per turn, no matter how many times he tries to stack his players up. What I might do is move my blocker up here and put the Troll Slayer more in the middle to stop this guy coming down. Keep my 2 guys in reserve at the back. what I want to do is get 2 dice on someone to try and start knocking him down. If I can knock him down, I can cause injuries. Okay, sending my runner. Not a great idea, because I put a tackle zone on the Saurus. If I can blitz him out of the way, all the better. Defender stumbles. Absolutely fine. He got Dauntless again. This Troll Slayer doesn't stop. What I should have done though is pushed him upwards. So now my runner would be free to move next turn and assault the skinks along with the blocker. Because he's the only guy with a reasonable chance of picking the ball up with his sure hands. However, fortunately he was stunned, so he's not going to get up. I can move all 3 of these players quite easily. And now I've got my guys along the right. I can start shepherding the lizards in the middle rather than letting them move backwards and forwards. Keep the blocker at the back though. He's got the tackle skill and he needs a good run up to stop anyone trying to get by him. If you count it, 8 and then 8, any skink trying to get by is going to stop somewhere in this area, so he can blitz them hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so if they go all the way down the edge, he can't do much about it. But it's better to have him there than not. The Sauruses are let down. He just pushes my blitzer and wastes his blitz for the turn. It looks like he's preparing a cage here, I think. He was hoping to push that guy out the way and run through, I think. Well, that didn't come to 4. So now he's stacking players in a square. Yeah, there we go. So we can get his skink down here. It's going to be really hard for me to get at him. I can do it, just run the blocker in the middle. Still can just run my blocker at it. That's not the ball carrier though, that's why. Movement 8, that's pretty scary. There you go, Saurus cage. It tried that last turn. I needed a 6+ for the catch. I debate the wisdom of doing that at all, to be honest with you. Ooh, Bonehead goes off. That works for me. Sorry. I can see why he wants to do that, because he's got a strength 4 block player carrying the ball now. I'm going to have to work really, really hard to take it off him. At the same time, if he hadn't have made the catch, and there's a good chance he wouldn't have, it's going to scatter into 2 more Saurus, who are just as unlikely to catch it, or the skinks, who are at the front of the line and can just get blitzed in the face by any one of these 3 players. Really, really big risk, which I wouldn't have taken. I'd have put the skink in the middle and surrounded it by the Saurus. I mean, maybe he's trying to spread around star player points. This guy's not too far off from a level up. If he scores an injury and then a touchdown, he'll be level 3, but short-term gain for losing the match, I think. So we're basing up the skinks and the Saurus. It's a tackle player, he's not going to get through there too easily. And the the Saurus is outnumbered by all my guard players, so I put another player here. That guy's going to be strength 4, 5 and 4. Dangerous living for my runner, but then all he's going to get to do is get pushed into the Saurus with the ball. So it's just marking up. When the Crocscore wakes up, he's going to have to just eat my runner. And it's the blockers I want to be attacking people with the dodge skill. So now that Saurus is in trouble, because that's going to be another strength 4 versus strength 4 thanks to all the guard. And now strength 5 thanks to another guard. He's not getting away from this blocker very easily. The Crocscore similarly isn't going to be able to blitz in because this guy's in the way. What he's going to have to do is either hand off back to the skink or blitz away into the Troll Slayer and then try and dodge away. That's not happening on Agility 1. So I've got him pinned. Start moving some intercepting Dwarves down to the bottom though, because if this skink does somehow get the ball and run free, I mean he's stunty, so it's still only 4+ to there, 4+ to there, 4+ to here, 3+ to here. With the dodge skill and re-rolls, it's doable. And if he gets free, he is definitely free. There's nothing I can do to stop him, apart from try and catch him with my blocker at the other end. As it stands, this is what I want. I've got all my guard players in a blob, protecting each other. I've got blockers to spare on the outside, swapping in and out as people get knocked down and injured. He can't get out. It's going to be boring, perhaps, unless something interesting, something surprising happens. But he is not going to be able to score anytime soon. That doesn't particularly help, again, because I've still... Oh, he's got one more assist from the Saurus, so he can get this guy out the way now. Attacker down, both down, perfect. Rerolls in 2, defender down. Well, okay. So he pushes 2 guys. So his Saurus can get away, he still can't get through. All he can hope to do is go up and around. That's not going to be a terrible solution, but at the same time it's going to set him back 2 turns to get back over here, and I've still got my guys to chase him down. Especially since now he's still in the tackle zone with my Troll Slayer, who I think can be blocked out the way by the Saurus. No, he's moved. So all that's done is gotten him 1 square back into his own half. If I block the skink out of the way, he's in serious trouble. Because he's not getting any assists on this Saurus. Yeah, I'm actually looking over here at this point. I could be crowd surfing this Saurus. Petty, I know, but funny. What I would do is blitz with the blocker to push him here. Don't follow up, go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then it's just a simple push to knock the Saurus off the pitch. However, I'm more interested in the ball. I need the blitz. Actually, I don't. To be honest with you. All I need to do is just put players everywhere so he can't get out. Wish I'd thought of that at the time, actually, because 1 less Saurus on the pitch gives me these 2 players back indefinitely. It's worth remembering sometimes, guys. You don't... Alright, I've told you before, you can't score if you can't get the ball. But sometimes you need to look a turn ahead and stop your opponent from freeing the ball up. Oh, I really wish I'd gone for the knockdown now. Okay. More interested in the skinks. If I can hurt the skinks, I can push this guy out the way, push the Saurus out the way. Another tackle zone on the Saurus, so that's only 1 guard player, but he's over on the side not being interfered with, so whoever attacks this guy is now going to be strength 4. Still kind of wish I hadn't done that, actually, though. I'm not going to lie, that would have been pretty sweet. Guard, guard, guard. So I can get 1 dice on the Croxigal, though. Yeah, maybe if I'd have thought that a bit more carefully. So, pushed. Whatever. Not bad. Again, a follow-up. Another tackle zone on the Saurus. Forces another blitz, or a block, trying to get away. Both down, doesn't help. I reroll that. Pushed. Attacker down, great. Not entirely sure why I didn't move him here, because then he'd be surrounded by players on all sides. I mean, I know why I moved him away. It's because now he's got absolutely no support from his friends, apart from this 1 lonely skink. If I put him here, I could still have done that with the blocker, put the Troll Slayer here to keep the skink occupied, but that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 players supporting against the Saurus, none of whom were in position to be blocked. Again, I'm playing too fast. I'm trying to stay away from these guys and get the ball. What I need to be doing is just playing slow, playing considerate, getting people off the pitch if I can, keeping the ball carrier occupied in a place where he can't be helped. The question is, what do I do next turn? I mean, I could potentially crowd surf the ball carrying Saurus. Frenzy with the Troll Slayer to here. Frenzies again to here. Then this Troll Slayer frenzies into here, and no, that's 4. I can get really, really close. Not now, obviously, but then he's still surrounded by 3 players. One with guard, one without, but he's not in a tackle zone, so he's still providing us support. My best bet is to hit the skink with the blocker, knock down the Saurus with the Troll Slayer. I would have said move the runner to pick the ball up, but now he's in a tackle zone from this Saurus, so it's not going to work. Although, got 2 rerolls, and it would be a 3+ dodge if the skink hadn't done that. Yeah, I can get the ball. Knock over the skink with the blocker, blitz the other skink with this blocker. Would have to risk Dauntless on the Saurus. Then risk a dodge. No, it's not really practical. Settled for just putting tackle zones on the guy and doing some damage, I think. What's the other solution? Push the ball carrier up here and out? No. No, whichever way you slice it, I need to move this guy. Which I can do, because I have both the blockers with the guard skill here. So the Troll Slayer is basically becoming strength 5 to push him away. Then blitz or knock down with the block runner, perhaps. Probably blitz the skink, knock him down, hit him with the blocker to knock him over. Troll Slayer this guy down. Yeah. Hindsight is always really good. What I need to do is move this guy out of the way. Fortunately, unfortunately, I want this ball. I want it, and I want it bad. Defender down, finally. Still in tackle zone for the skink. So the skink can get it, I can't. Although he's dodging away from the tackle player. Alright, my situation has improved. I didn't play that as well as I could. What I should have done is use the Troll Slayer to push this Saurus down, the Crocscore out the way, giving me this blocker back. Knock down the skink, knock down the other skink. And then I'd have all 3 players to try and take down the ball carrier and my runner free to pick up the ball. So as we can see there, agility 2 just doesn't cut it. Still, at the very worst, I've moved the ball away from his players, and I put a tackle zone on the ball, had a tackle zone on the ball, to make life even more difficult for his skink. As it is now, the Saurus has got a tackle zone on the ball, the skink gets the bonus for picking it up, if he can dodge away from the Troll Slayer and the blocker. Once again, both teams fitting into a 5x5 place on the pitch. Yep, stand firm, big friend. Yeah, he goes down. See, if I'd have moved the Crocscore down here, then that guy would have been safe. So he'd have moved, if nothing else. And now he takes my players apart. No injuries. Fortunately, armour 9 really counts for something. He leaves his skinks right next to my players again. Stunty drops the ball. Okay. That's fine. We can do something about that. Okay, I think this is doable. No, not really. I'd have to be using the blockers pick the ball up, and that's not really going to work. But that's fine. I don't particularly want the ball right now. I'm winning on score. I've got players to spare down here to catch people running in. What I need to do is stand everyone else up and just clear space around here to stop them getting the ball. Best way to do that, hit the skink with the blocker. It's always good fun. If I can knock him down, fine. If not, he'll then be in 3 tackle zones here. Use the Troll Slayer on the Saurus. No, because I'm relying then on Dauntless, which goes off amazingly. Okay, that's fine. One less person to worry about. The Troll Slayer can move freely. We knock down the skink. That's fine. I could blitz this guy with the Troll Slayer. That'd be a really silly idea. Oh good, I get attacker down on the skink. Marvellous. Pushed, fine. Okay, so again, skink's away from the ball, and he's still got a tackle zone with a tackle player in his face. Saurus can't move easily because he's got 2 tackle zones on him. Okay, don't really have a problem with that. I'll move this guy further back down because on the off chance the skink does pick up the ball, I need someone at the other end to catch him. And given I've got numerical superiority still, it's 11 players against 10, I think. I don't really need him up there just yet. Although I'd certainly prefer him to one of the Troll Slayers at this point. Then again, it's not doing me any serious harm, but Frenzy is not my best friend at this point. Both down, both down. Okay, not a problem. Croxigor takes his wrath out on the Blitzer. Another knockdown. Okay, not a problem. Those guys stand straight back up, and the Croxigor's in trouble again. Another push. Okay. I can get the ball. I know I can. How do I do it, is the question. Well, I don't let him do that for a start. Okay, so the skink is loose. Skink. That's not a good sign. Anyone, he can now run freely over here. I'm going to have to be chasing him backwards and forwards with my movement 4 blocker. So my best move is, well, take down as many of his other players as possible, certainly. I feel that my runner is key to this. So that puts an assist on the Saurus and the skink. And take down the other skink. So he's got nowhere to go. Only this skink can really do anything with the ball at this point. Don't know where that guy's going to blitz to. It seems like a crazy idea. Troll Slayer at the Croxigor. Okay, so now I've got some free players for a turn while this guy is stunned. Not great, because these 2 Saurus are still pinning these 2 players. But we're making some headway. What I'm going to do now is start moving backwards, so then if I move this guy to the left, this guy to the right, the skink doesn't have anywhere to go. And again, I'm measuring about 8 squares away. Anything more than 4, I can blitz him. Anything less than that, he's not a problem for this turn. Having said that, I am waiting for my opponent to fail, which is never ever a good tactic. Fender down and pushed, okay. Skink still can't get through here because of the tackle player with tackle zones in his way. That's Hog in there. The only player on my team to have killed 2 opponents. He's currently in the Hall of Fame. That can't be right. 1 kill and a touchdown, probably. He's certainly not throwing the ball anywhere. Both down, both down. Surviving by the look of the dice. Again, no injury. That's fine. Okay, that's... To be fair, he had to do that. He's only got 1 turn left. If he hadn't moved down here and just hoped I double skulled off the blocker, he simply couldn't score. That's all there is to it. Now he's dropped the ball, he can't anyway. So all I have to do is just surround the ball. In fact, I don't even need to do that, actually, come to think of it, because he can't get anyone down here far enough, pardon, in this turn to receive, even if he could throw the ball to an agility 1 player. Locke takes down the skink about 3 turns too late, but he does it anyway. Good lad. So all I need to do now is just turtle up and stop the guy getting too many 2 dice on my players. I'm not saying I've got it won, but I'm 1-0 up, 1 turn left. I'm pretty sure he can't score. I just need to now to survive for the next match. And we'll do that by pushing people away from my Troll Slayers, who are a little bit weaker than everyone else, putting tackle zones on everyone else. So wherever we go, it's going to be dice in my favour. If I can score some points from doing it, all much the better. Armok rather, doesn't follow up, so that's still 1 dice for the Saurus. Attacker down, attacker down. Fair enough, it was bound to happen sooner or later. It's about time that it happened to me. Surprisingly few, actually, though. I mean, there's been a lot of dice being thrown. You'd expect to see it more often. It's only the 3rd turnover of the match, something like that. Both down again. So much block. So much block. Both down. Even with 2 dice, he still gets it. It's unlucky. Defender down, finally. Okay. With my blocker over there, it's got no effect on the game at all. Crocscore wakes up. Very reliable Crocscore, only 1 bonehead failure all match, I think. Ooh, that stings. Very nearly KO'd as well. Jackass knows what's up. So this is just for fun now. Can I get some injuries, score some star player points? I might try and pick the ball up and run with it, just because I can. Tackle down, pushed, meh, whatever. Push him up. Give me another tackle zone on that Saurus for another block with the Blitzer. 3 players around the ball. Troll Slayer is only agility 2 though, so it's 50-50 if he's going to pick the ball up or not. But I want star player points. I want levelling up. I want injuries. Particularly on that guy, because he sucks. Although if I knock this guy down, I can put another tackle zone on him. Strength 4 for the block. Hooray! He must have been in the way, because he was covering these guys. I have 1 player on my team who doesn't have block, doesn't have guard rather, and I always lose him. And it's always him trying to be the support. There he is, that guy. It's always him. Hey, Blitzer got the ball. Okay, agility 3. Did I make the dodge? I did. Hey, Elf Dwarf. No vanity pass for you. Worth a try. But that is the end of the match. The Ironbeards 1, Pahuax Predators 0. We're back on track, ladies and gentlemen. We can see the playoffs through within our reach. Just need to keep up the momentum. A quick look at the after-match detail. Pretty poor match rating, quite frankly. I quite enjoyed it. It was very backwards and forwards. I don't think at any point any team had particular chance of success more than the other, rather than simply getting run over. The Saurus levels up, that's good to know. No, it doesn't actually, that's only 14, isn't it? So no level up for the Saurus. And Madrong, he hits 22, not quite enough for a level up of his own. However, he's also my player closest to being level 4, so a bit more effort on his half. We'll have a star player in the making. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Blood Bowl Chaos Edition. I'm the Illusionist. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon for another game. Take care, bye bye.